seek knowledge because knowledge precedes actions. So if you do something for the sake of doing it, but not knowing why behind you do it, for example, when you pray because she prays or because Muslim prays, and not actually understanding why you need to pray. My first advice is, if you have already started praying, like you understand the importance of praying and you feel the relation between you and Allah when you pray, keep on praying. Do not miss any of your prayers, because if you miss one prayer like today and then you miss another prayer tomorrow, you will miss a lot of prayers in the future. So that was what happened to me. So I can share because this is a sharing session. So what happened was I stopped praying and I skipped some prayers, and then after that I remember there was this long period where I didn't pray, and I felt like, wow, what's happened to me now? So to bounce back, to start praying back, it takes a lot of emotions. It takes a lot of courage. I say emotion is because, you know, I started to regret, like how can I do this to myself? How can I stop praying? You know, I understood things, but how can I stop? So you really have to keep your prayers consistent, even though you are not praying like at the earlier time. Like let's say it's now it's Maghrib, and then you pray Maghrib when the azan, you know, has sounded. It's fine if you pray late, as long as you pray. Yeah. And when you pray, don't just pray. When you pray, you have to remember that you're connecting yourself to Allah. So you have to try to, at least when you read out your surah, when you read out your Fatiha, you know that you are reading it for Allah, not just reading out like blah, 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 blah. Yeah. That is my first advice. My second advice is seek knowledge, because knowledge precedes actions. So if you do something for the sake of doing it, but not knowing why behind you do it, for example, when you pray because she prays or because Muslim prays, and not actually understanding why you need to pray, there's something wrong. Yeah. And then there are a lot of things, like you have to read the Quran, and then every rules and regulations that you need to follow, you need to understand why. You can't just blindly like, oh, I wear the hijab, or I do this, I do that. No, I fast. Those are the pillars of Islam, yes. But if you just do it for the sake of doing it, at a point, you will like, what's the point of doing this? Yeah, so that would be my advices.
Wow, that's beautiful. I think it even applies to the non-Muslims too.
Yeah.
Because usually as the non-Muslim, it's just routine, you know.
Yeah, it's routine. Yeah. But some people say that if it's routine, it's good because you know that you will at least do it. But for me, when it became routine, I got fed up. So I didn't want to do it anymore because I really got fed up. Like, what's the point of me doing it if I don't? Yeah. Then to come back to start praying again. Yeah, that's where all the emotion comes.
It's like starting over for the first time.
Yeah, it's like you are a Muslim again. Yeah. I think for new Muslims, especially if you already have the intention to convert, I think it's very important that you stay connected with your family members, even though they do not approve of your decision, because at the end of the day, your decision is what you have and what you will make. So even though your father tells you, oh, if you convert, then I will disown you, remember that when you convert, it is not only just on paper, it's your heart as well. So for me, my advice is, please, if you can, remain loving and caring to your family members, especially your parents, because they are the ones who brought you to the world. It is important that you are transparent them, telling them that this is your intention. If they don't allow it, try it later on, but your heart is already Islam. So that is what is important.